Welcome, Mindful Mobility. You'll need blocks to start. Stand on up, right foot, and let your tippy toes hang off the edge of the block. And then you're just gonna let your toes drip over the edge and then come up. Drip over and up. Three more. And then switch to the other side. They should be pretty awakened. Same thing. Drip on over the edge and then flex them wide. You're just finding your stability. Three more. And then back to the first foot. You can hang on to something. In fact, I'll grab a chair just for the fun of it. Something to be steady to help your stability. And we're going to do calf raises. So come onto your block, up onto your tippy toes, and gently back down. So your heel, the reason for the block is you let your heel go down further than it would if we were just standing on the mat. Three more. And if all your weight is out on that pinky toe side, do your best to rein it in and get equal pressure on the mound of the big toe. Switch sides. So you hang off the edge so your heel is down below to start, and then you come up and down. Two more. And bring that back down. Back to the first leg, the first foot on the block. And here you're gonna just, those hip hinges from here, you just drop this bottom foot down and then pick it back up. So real juicy in the hip socket there. Maybe at first you don't go all the way down. That's okay. Three more. And then switch. Same thing, you start with your hips square and then you just drop the right side down. Your leg is staying straight. I mean, maybe I have a little bit of a bend in my knee for that hyperextension, but your knee isn't bending this down. This is all happening up here. Three more. And then switch back to the first block again. This time we're flexing at the knee. So I should have switched the other way. Stand up on the right foot. Knees stay kind of parallel and then straight together. And you're just seeing how far you can bring your heel up towards your bottom, keeping your knees together. Give it a nice squeeze when you get up there. So you'll feel that probably in your hamstring. You're looking for your hips to be square. Three more. And switch. Knees square. Squeeze your heel up towards your hips. Three more. And then back to square one again. You're going to stand on the right, up on the block. We're going to do a full range of motion from the hip. So you start with small. I can turn to this side. I think that's probably easier. Small little arc, small movement. And then gradually, so you get sturdy here, stable in your thing. Kind of draw your low belly in, stabilize your low back and core. And then with a flex foot, come forward and backwards. So you're not doing anything with your torso, staying upright. And you're just seeing what's available in range of motion at this hip. Not trying to force it, just taking it where it goes. Three more. Last one forward, see how high. Last one back, see how far. And back to neutral, switch sides. Start nice and easy. Flex foot as forward as it goes and as backward as it goes. And then make it bigger and bigger with each round. Three more. This next one, hold it up there, see how high it can go. And exhale takes it back, see how far back it can go. And back to neutral. Now, we're gonna do this old tipper topper. So you come to the middle, over, up, over, up, over, up. And then you make it quicker. So a little hopping action on each leg. So good for your bones, your tendons. And you can even go faster. Ten more seconds. As if I'm counting 10 seconds. Okay, slow her down. Come back to step, touch, step, touch, step, touch. And one more on either side. Bring your legs out. Heel toe them so they're a little bit wider than your shoulders. Externally rotate them and get really nice and tall in the torso. Exhale, fold. Over you go. Your hands can come to the block if it's there. You can just dangle. And then on an inhale, come all the way back up. Heel toe, your feet together, and shake that out. Come back to standing with your feet together. Tadasana, active legs, engaged core, shoulders relaxed down your back, fingertips pointing towards the ground, head nice, floating up from your shoulders, reaching for the sky. On an inhale, sweep your arms up and look up. Exhale, sweep them down, look down. Inhale, sweep them up, look up. Exhale, sweep them down, look down. And come back to neutral. Palms face down, head to neutral. Exhale, look over your right. Inhale to center. Exhale, look left. So while you're moving your head and your torso remains the same, see what you can do, inhale back to center, about keep going with your head, looking over your right and your left. I don't know when to talk. Keeping the weight distributed equally in both feet, pressing into the ground, while just your head is moving on top of your spine. When you get back to neutral, flip your palms to face up. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Same rules. Keeping equanimity in the whole body as you just go through the range of motion above your shoulders. On your next exhale, turn your palms back towards the ground. Release your hands by either side. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. 3 big circles backwards. And then 3 forwards. And come back to neutral. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, bring them down by your side. And when you come back behind you, allow your fists to come together any amount. Inhale's going to sweep them up, look up again. Exhale, sweep them down, fists to touch in the back. 3 more of those. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fists to touch. One more time. Reach up, look up. And the exhale, this time when you come back behind and your fists touch, stay. Thinking about the front of your body. If staying here makes you feel all crunched up in your shoulders like here, you gotta relax, maybe come down a little and get broad across the front of the body. Exhale, gently release and rotate your hands back and forth. Take a wide stance. Your left toes are going to face the front of the mat, and your back toes can be pointed in slightly. Your wrists are going to be kind of right underneath where your ankles are going to be right underneath where your wrists are in space. So first we're going to move through a couple of these rounds. These are Trikonasana legs, so you straighten both legs, a little bit of a micro bend. Inhale, get yourself long and broad with the long edge of the mat. We're going to start with our hands on our hips and be like little woodpeckers. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, keeping the length in this side body. Come on down. Inhale, brings it back up. We're going to do 5 of those, so you can keep your hands on your hips. Or you can let it slide down the front leg and see where it lands. Two more. Come on back up this time. Again, your hands can stay on your hips. As you exhale, bend into the front knee. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend. Same thing, you can keep your hands on your hips or you can let your hands slide down the inside of that front leg. Two more. Inhale brings you back up to center. And to switch sides, simply bring these toes in and these toes out. Start in Trikonasana legs, hands on your hips. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, keeping this length in the side body. Over we go. Micro bend that knee if you're a hyperextender. Inhales, bring you back up. You're welcome to drop that hand from your hip and slide it down your leg. When you come back to neutral, this time on the exhales, you bend into the knee. Inhales, bring you back up. If you want to add your arm here, it slides down the inside of the leg, chest opens. Two more. And when you come up, heel toe your feet together to take a little break, shake them out. I'm going to do one more round. Excuse me, this time linking them together a little bit differently. So start again, left toes face off the front of the mat, back toes in slightly. Starts with both legs straight, a little micro bend in the front one. This time bring both of your arms out to the side. Exhale, tip over Trikonasana. We're going to stay 3 breaths. Inhale, pull yourself back up. Exhale, bend into warrior 2. 3 breaths. And then bring your right hand to your hip. Reach your left hand forward, bring it, slide it down the inside of that front leg, where you can rest it on your knee. And then inhale, sweeps this arm open. 3 breaths. After this exhale, release your right arm. Turn your chest down towards the mat. Frame that front foot with your hand. And step together. Bring your arms, elbows together, and dangle. Big bend in both knees. Inhale, roll yourself up. And switch to the other side. So actually, you could just step your left foot back, and I'm switching sides. Your left foot comes back nice and far, as if it would be underneath your wrists if your hands were out. Both legs straight, arms out. Inhale, grows you tall. Exhale, tip over like a teapot. 3 breaths. Inhale brings you back up. Exhale, warrior 2. And then your left hand can come to your hip, your forearm either to your knee or your hand towards the floor. Next inhale sweeps this arm up and over. 3 breaths. After the third exhale, you release your arm, chest faces the mat, hands frame that front foot, pivot onto your toes, and then a big step in. Let yourself dangle. And then a big bend in both knees. Inhale, come all the way up, look up. And exhale, your arms out to both sides. Back to square one. Grab your blocks and have a seat on the ground. Your blocks are going to go to the outside of either hip, so they're like just lightly pressing against my thighs. And then shoulders stack over hips. Hands are placed right underneath your shoulders. And you're just going to slide your feet back just a touch. The inhales, you're going to come forward. We'll do a couple of rounds before we go all the way. And just bring your hips a little bit up, right? Exhale, come all the way back, strong arms to allow your bottom to come through. Again, you don't have to go full blow yet. Just easing into it. I don't think we've done these all winter, at least that I've been doing these classes. I'm going to do 4 more, so you decide how much further you want to go each time. But you're always thinking about protecting your low back. You're thinking about the weight distribution in both feet as you come up. The length in your neck. 2 more. One more. And when you come back down, release the pressure from your shoulders and give them a little shake out. Place the block behind you. Get them off to the side. You can keep your legs straight for this first one. Inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, your left hand's going to come to the outside of your left thigh and your right hand to the block behind you. Press into the block. Oh, so like, see, without the block, I'm like crunchy up in here, but I can use the block to open up there. Inhale grows me tall, and the exhale, maybe I can gaze over that back shoulder. Exhale, bring you all the way back to center. Inhale, grow tall here. Exhale, hand comes to the outside. Other hand to the block behind. Wherever you want it to be, wherever it feels comfortable, so that you can press into it and reach full capacity in your torso. On your next exhale, completely unwind. And then come to sit on a block. Either way, you can either sit on it cross legs, or if your knees allow, and some of you do, some of you don't, you can sit on the block behind you and bring your knees together. Your feet would be outside your hips. So either this or simple cross legs on the blocks. This is all about the head, neck, and shoulders. So we started the warm-up while we were standing. We're going to do it again. And if you are sitting, kneeling like so, it's active, right? Like your knees are pressing together, your feet are out here, but I'm like really buoyant in my feet. I have a lot of activity pressing into my legs to keep me light on the block. And over time, that brings a lot of health and wellness to your knees. Anyway, back to the arms and shoulders. Inhale, bring them both out, bring arms out to either side. Just really pressing yourself out, fingertip to fingertip. And then with every exhale, allow your pinky fingers to reach back any amount more. Exhale, release that all the way down. It's so weird to look at a camera while I'm doing yoga. It's so funny. Inhale, sweep your right arm up overhead. And then allow that shoulder to just relax a little bit. No tension in that neck. So with the shoulders relaxed, every inhale, you're reaching your arm up even straighter. Relaxing the shoulder. Straightening the arm. Relax the shoulder. One more time, straighten the arm. Exhale, relax the shoulder. And then you're gonna Exhale, allow your forearm to drop back behind you. Now, for me today, that's putting a lot of pressure on my head and neck, so I'm going to take my other hand and just kind of guide it out of the way. Push it back and over, back and over, till it lands in a spot where I have a little bit less pressure on my head. You can keep your hand up here on this top one and really just pulling it up and out, letting your fingers reach down your back. On an exhale, gently release the left and then the right. And we'll switch sides. Inhale, sweeps it up. Exhale, shrug your shoulder down. Think about your shoulder staying there. Every inhale gets you strong, straight arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, straightens it. Exhale, gives you freedom. One more inhale up. Exhale, relax that shoulder, and then allow your forearm to drop. And then you can take your right hand up to that elbow and help arrange it and manipulate it so that you have a free, healthy range of motion in your neck and your shoulder. Creeping the fingers down your back any amount. On an exhale, gently release your right and then your left. And you probably guessed it, we're going to do the opposite. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. This time the palm faces the wall behind you. Exhale, leaving the shoulder where it is. Let it come back behind you and reach up your back any amount. So again, for me, this shoulder goes crazy forward right away because it's unhealthy. So I got to ease off, come down, and get my shoulder back where it belongs. Can't force it. Get where you're going. Relax, relax, relax. No judgment about what you can and can't do today. It's just amazing to show up and try and see where you land and say, how curious, how curious. Exhale to gently release that side. Give it a little front back shaky. And then switch. The inhale brings your arm up. Palm faces the wall behind you. Exhale down. Inhale. Arm comes up your back. Take notice on what happens to this shoulder. And if you have to ease up a little to get your shoulder square, broad across collarbone. The integrity of the torso, because the breath is the function of the asana. Even though this is mobility class, the same. Exhale, gently release that down and wheel it back and forth. We're just going to do a couple of this round. Inhale your arms up to either side. Take a pause here. And then you're going to flip. One palm faces forward, one palm faces back. Inhale goes up. Exhale meets together if that's possible for you or somewhere in between. Inhale, bring it back to neutral. Exhale, switch sides. We're going to do 3 on either side. Last one on this side. And come back to neutral. Exhale, let your shoulders drop down, and then your arms by your side. Those of you who've been sitting in Virasana on your knees, and actually those of you cross legs, I'm sorry I forgot to tell you to switch the cross leg, because I wasn't doing it, I didn't think about it. Either way, curl your toes under and come to a forward fold where you just dangle. Your hands can even come to a block if it's handy. And just gently pedal out those legs You just had all that constriction in your knees. And now the blood is going bloop, 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 bloop. And then as you're ready, come on back down to the mat, onto your back. Oh, it happens so fast every time. It's already the end. Your arms come out to cactus. Soles of your feet on the floor. Exhale, both knees over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Bring the soles of your feet together. Allow both knees to drop out. Inhale back to center. Your feet come up off the floor, your hands to your kneecaps, and then tighten yourself into a little ball. Exhale. Completely extend. Let your legs flop out. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth and give it a little wiggle. Let your eyeballs feel heavy. Let everything feel heavy. And then you give a little wiggle back to your fingers and toes. A little roll to your wrists and ankles. A little bend in your knees and elbows, and a reach overhead with a stretch in your arm. Your knees can come into your chest. Roll off to your side. Use your arm as a pillow as you take a pause. And check back in. And when you're ready, keep rolling so your chest faces the ground. Press yourself up to a seat. Head comes up last. We'll finish together. Get comfortable. Bring your hands to your heart center. Exhale everything you got. Inhale to fill up. Exhale, big sigh. Fill her up again. Exhale through straw out your mouth. And the third one in and up. Exhale as you bow your head to your heart, slowly through your nose, and take a moment to thank yourself for honoring your body and bonus, your mind. And know that the light in me certainly values and honors the same light in each and every one of you. Namaste.